Glenda with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions, and I just got almost two, well, they came a while ago, but two emails about eBay. Very disturbing emails. It seems that the all-time scam rate on eBay is just going through the roof because there's always been yardbirds, there's always been shitheads, there's always been folks who have tried to get over. That is a given. But what's happening now is it's almost like 1 out of 3 because as much as I bash eBay back in the day, 2000 to 2006, you had what I'm going to call the cost of doing business online. You had a few people who were unhappy for one reason or another, but 99 point some percent of your transactions just went through. And then, 2006, the people who wouldn't pay, that started to go through the roof. And I just think it all went to hell in 2009, but that's just my opinion. But this is the disturbing trend. There's been several videos, Pickers and Ink, they have a few up. People in my group, there's a lot of folks who are getting shafted, who put up a great item, sent it on time, and the person got it the price they wanted to pay because it was an auction. But somehow, some way, it was like, hey, could you come down because, the paint in this spot is not as dark as the paint in that spot, and I could not make it out in the picture, so therefore you're guilty, and I know I have you over a barrel, and I'm pulling out the 18-foot dildo to fuck you. Just so you didn't know. And I'm just thinking, why is this going on? I know the economy has issues, but to me, this is deeper than just the economy because, I know it's good frustration. I've never downloaded illegal songs and software and crap like that. I never did it because I just didn't think it was right. And I think there's a lot of people who share those views. If it's not yours, you didn't pay for it, you're not going to mess with it. But it seems that this growing culture of folks who want to get a whole bunch of something for little or nothing, and if they can't get it for little or nothing, they're going to steal it. That is troubling. That is very, very troubling because I want to think that many of the people who are doing eBay, who've been doing it for years, are just hardworking folks. They're looking for a source of income, and they're giving their all and their best to their customers. But eBay is pretty much allowing bidders to seriously screw the sellers. And it's just not an isolated, it's almost an endemic part of their policy that we're going to do everything that we can to ensure that the seller is like this. Ugh. You're handcuffed. You can't do anything because I knew when they got rid of the ability for sellers to leave adverse feedback for bidders, I was like, what the? There were people who had been on eBay at that point, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, whatever, who had never gotten a neg. That's how hard they work for their customers. And then when they changed that policy, all of a sudden people who never got negs, because it was like, ha, I can punch you in your eye, I can stab you, I can thump your baby, and there's nothing you can do about it because I am a buyer and you can't touch me. I mean, seriously, it was like nothing you could do. And, what are your experiences? Because, seriously, I want you to comment. I want you to, have this dialogue in the comment section, but, say what happened to you and why. Because I will share this story with you that was so funny. This was a crazy, crazy lady. She bought a saddle from us. Got the saddle at the storage auction. Very nice saddle. Looked it up, and it was a trainer saddle. And they were going for, new $400, $500. It was in great condition, but it wasn't mint. There was a few things going on with it. Put it up as a 99-cent bid, and it went for $195. I was happy. The unit only cost me $20. I was ecstatic, and there was a lot of other stuff in there. So I was like, okay, and went ahead and sent it to her FedEx ground second day because my account allowed me to get away with that. She got it. Didn't hear anything from her. Then about 4 days after I knew that she got it, I get this email from her. I pull the saddle out. My son started sneezing. There is the stuff that's wrong with it. The saddle has all kind of issues. And at this point, I was an eBay vet. I was like, okay, first of all, I packed that saddle myself. I knew what was in that saddle. I knew what it looked like, and I had wrapped it in paper. Then I had put the saddle in a plastic bag, and I put it in a box with peanuts. I knew what it looked like, and I knew that she was straight up lying. She wasn't mistaken. She wasn't in error. She was straight lying. And I was like, okay, when you're dealing with a person like that, you can't talk them from the ledge because there is no ledge. The only ledge is the imaginary one in their mind, which, if they're not on their happy pills, could be quite steep. I was like, okay. So I just immediately was like, look, you're unhappy. Send the saddle back. I'll refund your money. And I got this email from her, and she had just lost it. My partner and I, we laughed about this for days because she emailed us like, look, I want a response. And I had already sent her an email. And then 1,000, 2,000, maybe, seriously, 35, 40 seconds. That's enough. I can't take it anymore. I've had enough. I want my bliggity blig. Seriously, this was email. She was like really just twisting in the wind. And we just looked at each other and it's like, it wasn't even a minute. What did she expect? And you know what she did? She went to PayPal. She filed a dispute. I was waiting on it. I went in there. Bam, you will get your money back. You send back the saddle. So it kind of trapped her. She sent back the saddle. She left negative feedback. The saddle sat in the corner because it came back and there was something going on. I didn't really look at it that day, but I looked at it a few days later and I went to the box and I took a picture of it and sent it to my partner who wasn't there. And I was like, tell me what's really interesting about this box. And she's like, it's never been opened. That's right. It had never been opened. I opened up the box. The saddle was in there just as I had packed it. She had never opened the saddle. Crazy mofos. But that was the exception. For some reason, that seems to be the rule these days. Like I said, what's your story? What's happening to you on eBay? What are these folks doing to you? Because you know how I feel about eBay and PayPal. I've been real clear about that since day one. People like, oh no, you must have did something because PayPal and eBay, they're the salt of the earth. And they don't do stuff to people. Unfortunately, many of you, my friends, are getting bent over right now. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not going to dance on your misery, but it seems that it has just escalated, in my opinion. But like I said, put it down there in the comments. Let's chat it up. All right, this is Glendon. We're making money with storage unit auctions.